Oh, hello. Wait a minute. I can import save data. To receive save data, you need either Fire Emblem Warriors or Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh man, I have both. Okay, greetings and salutations everyone. I'm Mekamek. This is a continuation of my Let's Try. I still don't feel like doing the whole thing, but I am willing to at least show my reactions to talking to people, especially now that I've gotten the audio to actually work properly. Hey, aren't you that merc who helped out Claude and the others?
So...
I'm actually gunning to be a mercenary myself. That's why I'm enrolled at the Officers Academy.
Right on.
In that case, I hope we end up working together.
Thanks.
I'll give it all I've got.
I'll do it.
I'm going to work myself to the bone so I can be just as strong as the captain someday.
Ah, it is you.
You must be the famed mercenary who stepped in unbidden to aid Claude. As noble representative of the Leicester Alliance, I must offer you my thanks.
Huh?
Thought it was House Regan who represented the Alliance. On the surface perhaps, but the reality of the thing is quite different. The one who bears the future of Leicester on his shoulders is none other than myself. After all, I am Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. Ha ha ha.
Can I help you? Hello?
You're the mercenary that everyone's talking about. Shez, wasn't it? Not attempting to curry favour with the children of nobility in pursuit of some nefarious aim, are you? Let's keep her guessing. Nah, I was just helping out some strangers. Still, it's always good for a merc to have folks like that in her debt. I see. Do you think our mercenary friend is someone worthy of trust, Marion? What, me?
I'm busy.
Well, either way, we need to be going. We're busy. I did get audio working. That's nice. Did I mention that? I think I did.
Oh, hey.
Are you the mercenary who helped Claude out of that little jam?
Huh.
I hear you're super strong, so I was kind of picturing you as one of those huge bodybuilders or something. Sorry to disappoint, I'm just your average gal.
Aw.
Too average if you ask me. Talk about a letdown. Come on, I'm just joking. Pretty easy to talk to, so I couldn't help myself.
Thanks.
Anyway, thanks for helping Claude out. Those twin tails, though. Also... It's not quite the exact same shade, okay. I just had to double check. Everyone's calling me the mercenary. You're a new face. Are you a student from one of the other houses? You must be the mercenary we've been hearing so much about. What was your name again?
Right on.
Yeah, I'm Shez. Good to meet you. What house are you guys with?
No problem.
We're in Claude's house, the Golden Deer. Ah, we're just regular old common folk. Due to the nature of Leicester, we have more students from the commoner class than the other houses.
Please?
Imagine you're a commoner yourself, what with being a mercenary and all. Oh. I guess you can't rely on instincts to figure out which of these are actually... which are the correct choices. I guess I could save Scum to get the points, but I probably don't need to.
How may I help you?
Thank you for cooperating with the heads of the houses. It seems like the class heads served as decoys to draw out most of the thieves before finding an opportunity to flee. Thanks to that, the others managed to hold fast with only light injuries. Still, it would have been tragic if any of the heads had been seriously injured. Or worse. Just grateful for all of your help.
Are you nuts?
Oh.
Hey Linda, wake up! Look, I get you're tired, but we're leaving at the crack of dawn, remember? The bandit attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... And who might you be?
Hiya.
The name's Shez. I'm just a merc who's just passing through the area. Got caught up fighting any of those bandits earlier, which is how I ended up here.
What?
You're the one who took out their boss? You were amazing! I should have given chase and knocked him around a bit myself, but oh well. Ah yes. Edie told us all about you.
Hello.
You must be the mercenary Edie told us about. I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Officers Academy, right? Well, pretty much all of this year's students from the Black Eagle House are here at the moment. Well, except for Bernadetta, which is sadly typical. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea we might be attacked in the woods. I can't believe she ended up being right. Sorry, didn't mean to ramble. Has anyone told you you're surprisingly easy to talk to? No affection point for you. You are the mercenary we happened across.
My thanks.
Well, I harbour some reservations about you. The fact remains that you assisted Lady Edelgard, and for that I offer my gratitude.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure if that was a compliment or an insult. How do you explain these? How about you explain these reservations to me?
Right.
Apologies if my gratitude did not shine through fully. As for the other matters, my thoughts are mine alone. You are basically Fenric, but nowhere near as fun as Fenric. Sadly, Ferdinand's voice actor passed away recently. And so this is perhaps the last time we're ever gonna get to hear him in a video game.
Look who has arrived.
The mercenary who cut down the leader of those thieves. I must say, that was quite the capable display you put on back there. I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate scion of the Eyre family, foremost house over the Empire. Oh, we can claim I've never heard of him. I'll try to play along. You're one of the Empire's big movers, right?
What?
You think you've heard of us? Why, never. Now see here, my sellsword friend. We are House Eyre, proud eagles of the Empire. Play along didn't work.
I am on it.
Clearly I must work as hard as a beacon to the common folk so they might cry the name of my family from one end of the continent to the other.
Look who has arrived.
Yep, you're not allowed to fish for the affection points.
Listen.
Hello, I'm called Petra. I find you to be quite fascinating.
Right on.
I'm Shez. I'm technically a mercenary, though I guess right now I'm just kinda a drifter.
That has much difficulty.
Do not have understand. Where are you drifting to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Through the world? You know, just sort of kicking around with no real end goal? She thinks it's fascinating to drift.
Well met.
Do you know about the 3 houses at the Officers Academy? I will ask you because you seem a bit dense. No offense. Anyway, you've got the Black Eagle House, which is home to folks from the Adrestian Empire. Then there's the Blue Lion House, which is made up of individuals from the Holy Kingdoms of Fargus.
What are your thoughts?
And finally there's the Golden Deer House, which has people from the Leicester Alliance. You'd think that with the Adrestia being twice as large, it would have twice as many students, but eh.
Hey there.
Oh, you must be that mercenary I've been hearing about. I'm Ash, and I'm a student at Garrett Mark's Officers Academy. Do you know about the Academy? See, there are 3 houses, each based on where a person is from. Oh, I've heard about it, alright. One of my employers a little ways back couldn't shut up about how he'd gone to the place.
Right.
I can see that. Lots of influential nobles and royals are from all over study at the Academy. I actually find it pretty daunting to always be surrounded by the rich and powerful. It's a lot easier to talk to someone like you.
your time?
Quite.
I'm Hanneman, a professor at the Officers Academy. I heard tale of your recent exploits and wish to express my thanks. Oh, and on another matter, do you possess a crest?
Let's see.
I know practically nothing about crests, but I am still pretty sure I'd know if I had one. Truly, you have never investigated their subjects. People are not always aware of the power of their own crests, you know.
All in all,
Listen well now. Crests have a power that dwells in the blood. They are passed down through the generations from parent to child. Those with crests may excel at magic, or perhaps have the ability to wield powerful weapons known as heroes' relics. If you were to come to my residence at the monastery, I could take the time to conduct a full investigation if you like. I've healed so many people today that I never want to look at a bandage again. Which is unfortunate because you're the nurse at the school. Who do we have here? No wait, don't say. Let me guess.
Got it.
You are a brave vagabond knight who appeared who boldly to protect me from those brigands earlier. Not exactly. The name's Chez. I'm a mercenary. Ah, I see. In that case, I'm Manuela, a woman of many faces. Teacher, doctor, songstress. Though I have my work myself to the bone today, so now I'm merely a very sad and lonesome woman. I imagine the other option would be very awkward to pick.
What did you need?
Can't believe they talked me into going on this trip. It'll be fun, they said. Nothing ever happens. And then bam! Disaster and danger everywhere. I thought I was going to die out there. I was swinging my spear at anything that got within range, but then some girl from the Officers Academy showed up and led me to safety. I tell you, kids these days are graceful and strong. Nothing like the useless punks from my day. I'm gonna assume that's Ingrid.
Hello there.
Huh?
I've got to say, I'd never thought the person who helped Dimitri would be so stunning. I'm guessing this varies based on gender. And a lot. I'd love to invite you out for a meal sometime, just as a thanks for all you've done, of course.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sylvain, you're speaking to His Highness's benefactor. Stop trying to pick her up like a common floozy.
Can we speak a moment?
Oh, and I don't believe I got your name. The name's Chez. Keep it in mind in case you ever need a heavy hitter. I'll do just that. While it's unfortunate we're parting ways here, I suspect we may have a chance to meet again in the future.
Not good.
Shame we don't have time to get to know each other a little better though.
Nuh-uh.
Spare me the side eye, Ingrid. I'm just letting my heart speak for me here. Why are you asking my name again?
Not good. Nuh-uh.
I like how she inclines her head to glare at Sylvain after that line.
Huh, it's you.
You're that new merc, right? Chez? The boar says you had some skill. You'll have to give me a demonstration before we head out. Deal. I can clear some time before sunrise. Looking forward to it. You aren't a... Oh. He likes it to be kept straight and to the point. Also, they have that same hand on hip thing. I also remember on Twitter, or maybe it was Tumblr. Oh hey, you're Dookie Fraldarius now. Duke. Exactly, Dookie.
Heya!
Oh hey, you're that mercenary. It's great to meet you. I'm Annette. This is my best friend, Mercedes.
Hello there.
It's nice to make your acquaintance. Have you already spoken with the others? Most of them, yeah. We've got a real cast of characters here.
The thing is...
Well, isn't someone a go-getter?
That's right.
We haven't even talked to everyone yet, but that's probably because we only just started at the Officers Academy. They probably know them better than we do. Can never tell which is the correct answer here.
Why, thanks.
You have assisted His Highness and have my gratitude. I will see this debt repaid.
Nuh-uh.
I just chipped in a little at the end there.
No,
Little or no, I must offer thanks.
I see.
To be honest, I'd like to treat you to a meal, but we lack the time. Oh yes, my least favorite thing about Warriors type games. They decided to make the camera zoom button L, click the left stick. I despise that because I always click it by mistake because I'm pushing really hard because of intense action. Oh yeah, first person.
It's you!
We've had these kinds of outdoor activities countless times, but I've never seen anything like this happen. Plus we've got 3 high-ranking noble children new here, so the guard was more than double that of last year. To think they were nearly killed by some pack of base brigands. It's a real mess, make no mistake. Now I have to find a way to explain it all to Lady Rhea. Ugh. And now, let's see if we can check in with the lords again.
How about this? Your interest flatters me, but I'm afraid I find myself unsure of where to begin. Perhaps I'll have thought of a topic when next we speak. But, you're leaving for that village soon, aren't you?
Okay, let's see. Imbue attacks with lightning. Really? So he basically can hit anything with lightning straight out. Alright. King's Might. Slightly increased damage to enemy HP and stun gauges when sending them flying. When ordered to attack, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Also, everyone has a move of 6. I have to wonder what move translates into. I can certainly see he's got high strength.
Dedu hails from the land of Dusker. Perhaps you've heard of it. He tends to keep to himself, but he possesses one of the kindest hearts of anyone I know. I'm proud to call him my vassal. Speak to him, and you'll see why.
He's not allowed to be called a friend because he's from Dusker. Hold the button when performing strong attacks to trigger blasts on impact that deal minor damage to enemies. So is the action the X button attack? Or is that just a bonus on top of your normal attacks? Taking hits while guarding slightly restores warrior gauge. Perfect guards restore the gauge even more. Ooh, I can see enjoying playing as Dedu. When ordered to guard, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. Life and limb, huh?
Felix is the son of Duke Fraldarius. He has a sharp wit and even sharper tongue. But he's a good person at his core. I can attest to that. He has always admired strength above all else in a fighter. I imagine the two of you will make fast friends.
Dodge in the middle of an attack to increase speed by 1 tier for a period of time. Will reach maximum speed after 7 dodges. When no battalion is deployed, or if the battalion endurance is depleted, slightly increased damage dealt to enemies. When ordered to seize, increased damage dealt to enemies by 30%.
I only first met her here at the academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor.
She doesn't like the Leicester Alliance though. Attacking very slightly fills the unique ability gauge and restores HP. When gauge is full, press ZR to damage enemies and heal allies. When magic is used to restore an ally's HP, caster also recovers half the amount restored. When ordered to defend, reduces damage you receive from enemies. Alright. It looks like they skipped the base tier commoner and noble classes and just start out in their beginner classes.
In the far south of Fargus lies a manor by the name of Castle Gaspar. Ash is the adopted son of that castle's lord, Lenato. He's an honest boy, well deserving of our trust. I'd like to get to know him better someday, should the opportunity arise.
While holding ZR, use L to create and place a zone of wind. Has a long cooldown time. Allows the unit to open chests without a key and open special gates. Also grants a low chance of increasing items dropped by enemy commanders. Yep, that's a thing from old Fire Emblem 3 Houses. When ordered to seize, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. He's a fighter, but he'd like to be an archer.
Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant. I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little.
Courageous Aria. Attacking very slightly fills the unique ability gauge. When full, press ZR to temporarily strengthen yourself and surrounding allies. So she has Rally? Like always, Blue Lions is the strongest house. Defeating 30 or more enemies with a single warrior special grants a small increase in damage dealt to enemies for a period of time. Sure, be an overachiever, why not? When ordered to defend, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30%. We remember what he had to say about Sylvain and Ingrid.
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea. She has ever been...
She's got nice speed, but also Pegasus Knight, alright.
Please be listening.
On another matter. Well, you're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes?
Yes, I know precisely who you are, Edelgard.
Still, I suppose I admire that sort of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
I don't like you. Imbue attacks with fire. Unsurprising. Cause enemies that are guarding to nonetheless sustain 50% of calculated damage. Oh, that looks nasty. Also, she has a strength of 11 as well. I guess it's too early to show growths. Ambition. When ordered to attack, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%.
That's Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company. Or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see.
Gain a low chance to spawn musical notes around the unit when performing regular attacks. Attacking the notes triggers elemental shockwaves, so there's prismatic resonance. Slightly restore surrounding allies' HP and awakening gauge when you complete a warrior special. When ordered to seize, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30%.
Have you spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can. He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes.
Maximum ambulation? At 300 hits and above, gain an increase to speed proportional to hit count. Slightly restore the awakening gauge with each enemy commander defeated. Yeah, his thing was always saying I am Ferdinand von Ayer all the time. Noble Pride, when ordered to seize, reduce damage received by 30%.
One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta.
Oh, I thought her name was Magari.
If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing.
Okay, personal space. Press ZR to create a zone of ice that increases critical hit rate. Has a long cooldown time. Okay, good to know. When hit by enemy attacks, grants a very low chance of temporarily increasing damage dealt to... When ordered to defend, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Wow! Oh! Bernadetta, I was joking. Please don't take after Magari with awful abilities.
Caspar is the second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way. War and fighting are his sole pursuits, so I bet the two of you will get along just fine.
One for the books! Hold the button when performing strong attacks to charge the attack, increasing attack range and damage dealt by 1 tier. Huh. Slightly increased damage to enemy stun gauges. Oh well, that's nice. And when ordered to seize, increased damage dealt to enemies by 30%.
Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast.
Brigid? Oh, right, not the Fire Blade from Xenoblade 2, but still.
You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Windstorm. Slightly increase evasion distance. Dodges inflict very minor wind damage. Slightly restore the awakening gauge with each critical hit. Huh. Outland technique. When ordered to attack, increase damage dealt by 30%. And finally...
Surely you know someone like Linhardt. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well. That's simply how he is, though. I can't force him to apply himself, but he'll come around, most likely.
Linhardt is very relatable. Complete a final regular attack to spawn a pair of wind orbs in front of the unit. The wind orbs automatically attack in a narrow range. Slightly increase how much HP the unit automatically recovers while inside an allied stronghold. When ordered to defend, reduce damage dealt from enemies by 30%.
Speaking of, how's that?
Alright, let's hear what snark you have for Shez compared with what you told Byleth.
Who, me? I'm more curious about you, personally. If you don't have anything better to do, I'd be glad to have you join us at Garrett Mach.
Yep, that sounds pretty much the same as last time. Imbue attacks with wind, as expected. He's a fighter, but he'd like to be a Wyvern Master. Lead as a human. Slightly increase awakening gauge fill rate when attacking enemies launched into the air. When ordered to defend, increase damage dealt to the enemies by 30%.
Have you met him yet? At first, I thought he was real serious and persnickety. But that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him chatting up every girl in the monastery.
Oh dear. Rondo of Roses. Attacking fills the unique ability chart gauge, while nullifying an enemy attack decreases it. When gauge is full, press ZR to draw foes a short distance away. Nullifying an enemy attack decreases it. I don't get that. When a battalion is deployed, slightly increase awakening gauge fill rate. When ordered to guard, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30%.
Hilda's the only daughter of Duke Goneril. Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up. which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her.
Hold the button during strong attacks to slightly increase the damage and add lightning. While charging, enemies a short distance away will be drawn in. When the unit's adjutant is a member of the opposite sex, slightly increase adjutant fill rates and slightly increase damage dealt by adjutant follow-ups. Delicate flower. When ordered to seize, damage dealt to enemies increases by 30%. Look at these puny little arms, she says while wielding a giant axe as a brigand.
He's a pretty friendly guy. Though it'd be nice if he talked about something other than muscles. He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. He's had it pretty rough.
Pure Brawn. Charge to power up attacks for a set period. Attacks will strengthen up to 2 tiers based on the number of charges. Wait, charge to power up attacks. Okay. Slightly increased damage dealt to foes for a period of time after collecting recovery items. When ordered to guard, reduce damage received by 30%.
Don't ever treat her like a child. I made that mistake earlier and she nearly took my head off.
Not gonna stop you from trying again and again though.
But she's clearly the youngest out of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble, I guess.
Enemies sent flying explode and deal dark damage to a narrow area. Press ZR to draw in spellbound enemies. Can be used again after a cooldown. Slightly restore the awakening and warrior gauges when activating crests. When ordered to attack, increase damage dealt to enemies by 30%. I forgot to check what Hubert's action was. Whoops.
Ignatz likes the great outdoors. Definitely more than the rest of us, anyway. He's the second son of a merchant family, but says he wants to be a knight. He doesn't really seem suited for it, though. Maybe his parents are making him do it.
Send enemies flying to splatter the ground with small amount of paint. Enemies that step in paint incur elemental damage matching its color, so he's got the same thing Dorothea does. Slightly increased crit hit rate of strong attacks. Heart's Desire, when ordered to seize, reduce damage received by 30%. So that icon, I guess... The colour of the icon tells you whether it's order to seize or order to defend. And then I guess the inside of the icon tells you whether it's a defense boost or an attack boost. Right, critical hit rate of strong attacks. Got it.
Oh, Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her. She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me.
Right, this one is blue with a shield, so it's going to be defend, reduces damage received from enemies. At 300 hits and above, spawn falling ice orbs that deal ice damage to foes at intervals proportional to hit count. Okay. When the unit, their adjutant, or a surrounding ally is mounted, slightly restore HP at regular intervals. Yeah, I feel like Leicester Alliance had the roughest start because none of them can be a promoted mounted unit, so she's got nowhere to get her own source of healing from.
Leonie wants to be a mercenary. I bet you two would have lots to talk about. You're both pretty frank, too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is.
Careful Study allows the unit to string together 2 times the normal number of regular attacks. Based on the number of consecutive hits, speed will increase, and final regular or strong attacks will strengthen. When an ally of the opposite sex is nearby or the unit's adjutant, slightly increase warrior gauge fill rate for rivalry. When ordered to attack, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. Alright, we've got to ask about Hubert again.
On another matter. Hubert of House Vestra. Hubert is...
Gain a low chance to impale an attacked enemy with a magic spike. Additional attacks power up the spike. Press ZR to detonate the spike and deal dark damage based on power level. Right, that sounds like Darkness from Hyrule Warriors 1. Perception. Keep the stun gauge visible slightly longer. Ooh, that's good too. When ordered to guard, reduce damage received from enemies.
Hey!
I can't believe how quickly those thugs set upon us. Class heads ran off, people were shouting orders. Oh, but it was a right mess. Say, who are you anyway? I don't remember. Hey, you're one of the surviving brigands, aren't you? Someone! Anyone help!
Hey!
You're not very bright, are you? Cool idle animation though. Anyhow, with all that said... this is still a let's try. I don't know whether I want to let's play this or not. I have so many projects going on already. I think I just want to play the game. But that said, I might leave it, or I might play it all through Elgato Game Capture because... It might be fun to show off key moments. A little bit. Till next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around. I do like these idle animations for Shez. Like, it looks like you don't get any sort of loop to animations. I mean, obviously you do, but it does look quite fluid.